Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1972 Seattle Pilots What If Scenario. Today we will continue to add the 1972 Topps cards, this time to the New York Mets team. We try to knock out one team every video, so it takes about 45 minutes. If you have the time, that's what we're going to do. I do want to say that this is the first team we've done in a while, but I have not been resting on my laurels. I have actually gone through all of the American League after I've already added the cards. And I, much like this one here with Don Ossie, any rookie card that had 3 or 4 rookies on it, I went through and I edited it down to just his individual photograph, and I'm using that as the player's card. So I did that for every player in the American League that needed to have his own individual card instead of sharing a card with other ball players. So I did that, as well as going through and making sure that every player in the American League and the National League, in fact, I did that as well, all were assigned their actual correct position. One thing that Baseball Mogul gets wrong more often than it should is a player such as Von Joshua here may not actually have his primary position correct. I don't know why that is. How can you mess up the player's main position that they played in the majors? Now, I can understand if you had some intern adding all this information in for you in the creation of this game, and they may not know that Jim Rice only played first base in the minor leagues and never played in the majors, and he was known for being a right fielder, and that you have him set as a first baseman. I mean, I could see how someone could be that ignorant about a player because it's just a name and some numbers, right? But anybody would know that a player should automatically be assigned to their original position, their main position, and in the case of Von Joshua, he is a center fielder. And I went through player by player by clicking on their names. It'll go to the Baseball Reference page, and Baseball References in order by like how many starts that they received at every position. And if a player had his most starts as a DH, then I made sure that they were a DH. Of course, we're playing 1972, so DHs don't exist until 73, but it's going to be accurate when we start using DHs. So anyway, I've been incredibly busy, and in fact, I have gone through all 250 players for the amateur draft. I did all their cards. I made sure the positions are correct. I gave them the proper skin tone that represents them. And I added, for the first time ever, nicknames. So when you go to Baseball Reference and you see their main card, and it lists all how they were drafted or if they were a free agent or whatever, it actually also lists any of their nicknames. So that way we can go to their vitals, click on this, and it'll say nickname blah blah blah. So anyway, I'm not sure why that's as important to you as it is to me, but nonetheless it is important, and I've done it, and I have not done that for the National League yet, but I will. Okay. But more importantly, all we're focusing on today is just getting those 1972 cards added for the New York Mets team here. And we're starting it off with Von Joshua, who I've already searched for, and there was no cards, which is weird because there's a 71 that exists, but not a 72. So we're going to move right along, and we'll save that 71 card until he does get a 72. Here's Luis Alcaraz, I guess. Let's see if he has a 72. That's a 69, so I don't think he's going to have a 72. He does not. I'm sure there'll be plenty. Ken Singleton, he'll definitely have a 72. Ken Singleton. There we go. So the positions that you see representing the players. These are all accurate, 100% accurate now. Yes, here we go. He does have a 72. And in fact, he has a 72 in action, but we're going to go with his regular base card and add that. Singleton, how many is that? That's 5, 9, and then add a K. And then we'll delete his old one, which will pop up right here. Move and replace. And then we have to go in here. No, we don't actually have to do this because it's not a new card. Let me just double check. Oh, actually we do. All right. Well, this is why we double check. So there's his new card. And then we have to go over here and just delete this one. Okay. And that'll be in the future. We'll be able to fix that. Okay, Johnny Bench looks like he was a free agent in this sim. And look who signed him. It's the New York Mets. So Johnny Bench is no longer a Cincinnati Red for life. He's going to be on the Mets. There we go. We know he's got a 72 card. I bet it's pretty cool. Let's find out. Oh, yeah. Is anybody cooler than Johnny Bench? I was watching a stupid video that some schmo put out on YouTube, and it was like the top 5 defensive catchers of all time, not of a decade or whatever. And Johnny Bench wasn't even on it. I mean, this kid who probably created it didn't even know that Johnny Bench existed, probably, right? I mean, it's just so dumb. Do a little homework before you make a video. All right. That's just me being crabby today. There we go, Johnny Bench. Boom. Micah Jorgensen. It's like the Swedish chef playing baseball. All right, Mike Jorgensen. I guess he's going to have one, right? You'd have to think. Yerp. So many options here. There we go. I mean, there's not that many options, but there's more. Like there's 6 Mike Jorgensen cards that year for him. I mean, that's amazing. That's going to be 10. And let's see. We're going to keep all the files and just make sure we got all the right Mike Jorgensens. Yeah. So there he is, still playing baseball for the Braves. We're going to get rid of that. And we're going to get rid of his actual card from 71. And then we're going to make this Mike Jorgensen the original. And then we have to go in here and change that. I know this part is not very exciting to watch, but it does have its purpose. And we're getting it right. Boom. There we go. Wayne Garrett. He was a rookie in our sim, and I guess a rookie in real life. Garrett. Third baseman. Now, once we actually begin playing this 72 sim, we'll still have a whole month to go before the season starts. We'll play the spring training, right? That's a whole month. So things can happen. In spring training, trades could be made, players get injured. But as of right now, the lineup that you see for these teams, as we're going team by team, and we're going down the lineup, it's how this is working out. These are the actual players that are going to be on the team when this, as of right now, in the lineup, in the major leagues. Oh, and I have some good news about our pilots team. It's actually kind of an important announcement, to be honest. The important announcement is when I went to set up all the information for the Seattle Pilots, which of course did not exist in 1972. That's the whole purpose of what we're doing. I found out that the Milwaukee Brewers in real life in 1972 finally got a AA team. So we will be able to move players to a AA squad, and that'll help in our development. They only had single A and AAA affiliates, the Brewers, right? Because we have to use their minor league system since the Pilots did not exist. And they do actually have a AA affiliate in real life. Oh, he does it. Bobby File does actually have a card. I would never have thought that. He was on Boston, though. So anyway, that is good news, and that will help some of our minor league development, I believe. Okay, so that's good news to share. Bobby File, all right, I don't know how to pronounce that. I did look it up when I was going through and checking out his position. I'm like, sometimes they'll have the pronunciation. I don't actually know what that's called, the way they have that set up when you show how a name is properly pronounced, where the emphasis is on which syllable and whatnot. But it did not have that listed on Baseball Reference. 1972 Dave Shinek does not exist. He barely has a Shinek. Okay, here is J.C. Martin. This is a guy that I've never heard of, but look at what a long career he had. If you're a White Sox fan or a Mets fan, maybe you know this guy, but I do not know who he is. And he does have a 72 on the Cubbies. Oh, that makes sense. He was on the Cubbies in 71 in real life. Pardon me. I follow on Facebook a group page, and I honestly cannot remember what it's called, so that's terrible of me. But it's a group of guys, many people in the group, and all they do is create their own versions of baseball cards. They'll take old players and put them in new designs, like real design, like the actual what Topps looks like, in 2025. And they'll take an Amos Otis photo and they'll create cards. It's really amazing. I mean, super talented people. And I mean, the skill, the top level skill is mind blowing. The creativity. Some people will even do their own designs, which is just fantastic. And then, there's some like medium level people too, who are just expressing their art. They want to share what they're capable of. And I've seen people. I've been in that group for like 5 years or something, and to see people continue to improve is a lot of fun. But anyway, the point I'm getting to is the moderator for that channel. He is, a top tier artist, and I just I'll go there every day and look at a few that people have created, but there's just so many, like you can't even scroll through a whole day's work from people because they're always on it, like how I'm doing a game a day. They just, all they do with their free time is create their own baseball cards. It's pretty cool. Anyway, the moderator, he posted today a Ray Peters series of 1970 and 71 cards on the Brewers. And of course, Ray Peters is on our Pilots team. And we don't have a 72 card because, of course, he wasn't even in baseball in 1972, let alone the Pilots even existing. And I asked him if we could use his 71 card to represent Ray Peters, or if he would be willing to create a 1972 card from scratch, which can't be easy with these 72s. Here's Ron Santo. I mean, just look how much effort it would probably take to get that card, to say Pilots, or even if you use Brewers, and then somehow get the photo to fit and look right. I don't know. I guess my point is that I did request it, and I'll compensate him if he wants me to. I wouldn't have anyone do it for free. I don't expect them to. I'll send him I know he likes Robin Yount. That's his favorite player. So I don't know. Maybe I could dig up a Robin Yount and send him or something. But anyway, when I saw the quality of work, I'm like, oh man, I really would love to have a 72 of that. And honestly, I'd like to have someone make a whole 72 pilot set for us that says Pilots, but I think that's just asking a lot. I don't know. But I love to add that little extra touch every year to our Sims, and no Rod Gaspar. Did I spell it wrong? No. Nope, no Rod Gaspar. Well, every year I want to add one new thing that makes the game a little bit more unique, because obviously the gameplay blows. It really, really is terrible. Freddie, who's a Mets fan, Freddie C., also known as New Jersey Gaming, he does his own. He's doing a New York Yankees series on his channel. He's offered me a download of 2025 version, and I'm going to take advantage of that, I think, prior to starting the next season for the Pilots. So we will have the most current version for that. We're only using 2022 is what we're using here. And I cannot justify spending any more money on Baseball Mogul, only because it just sucks. Except for this part of it, which I love. Like this, I could do this all day long. If I were smart enough, and I'm not, but if I were, and I could competently explain how to make their game better, I would go right in there and frickin' make it right. Yeah, I mean it's super frustrating to me. And if you've watched any of the games of any of our games that I've ever done, you know how much I get frustrated, and I lose my temper occasionally, and I turn to the bottle. Okay, Rangers. There's Dick Billings. He was on the Senators, and of course the Senators are the Rangers in 72. Ted Williams is their manager, which is pretty cool, and I think I might find a Ted Williams manager's card to give away, one of our giveaways. There are many fun 72 cards that we could give away for prizes in future giveaways. I'm very excited about that. We do have a current giveaway going on that'll take place in 3 days in our 1998 Arizona Diamondbacks series that we're doing. And some really fun prizes in that one. Ron Swoboda was on the Yankees? I don't even remember that. I only ever think of him as a Mets player, but there he is on the Expos. How did that happen? I think Swoboda is just synonymous with the Mets. All right. That's, again, this is why I do this. I learn things. I would never have, I feel like I know a lot about baseball. And of course, I was only 1 year old in 1972, so how would I really have all this information, in my head available for me to draw from? But, yeah, I mean, I just learned something. 72 John Milner, I doubt that'll exist. Oh, it does. You see, he's on a rookie card. There we go. So this is what I I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to like actually do the editing right here. I'll do that separately. But, it's a 3-player rookie card. And what I do is I double click on it. I go into an editing format. It'll do it automatically. And then I rotate it and edit it down. Like I just crop it. And, it's not perfect. Like Bob Sykes is perfect right here. But with these 72s, because they're such a weird design, look at all the John Milners we have to get rid of here. I never used to worry about deleting old baseball cards. Like that John Milner Flair card was from our 1980s Tigers series. And I never really was worried about ever deleting the old cards. But now my laptop is just so full. I mean, I've almost maxed out the memory. The Hammer. I would never have known that his nickname is the Hammer. But I looked it up, and that's how I found out. I put it in there already. And so now we'll know that. And there's his new card. And then I just have to edit this middle photograph. Who else is on the card? Rick Miller for Boston and Tommy Hutton. All right, cool. Ken McCullen. We are in the AAA, and at some point here, it won't be long, we'll just start getting into players who won't have cards, and we can blow right through it. It'll go quicker here momentarily. Okay, Ken McMullen, and he does have a card on the Angels. That's cool. McMullen, how many is that? That is 8, 9, 10. We always use 10 characters, and that usually is good enough. All right, moving on. Bernie Smith. Now, Bernie Smith is a card that I edited. You can see it's one of those dual 71 rookie cards. But did he ever continue with his career? Let's find if there's a 72 Bernie. Nope. Bernie turned into a weekend at Bernie's. They're just carrying him around. Billy Sorrell. What about Billy? Oh, Billy. 31 years old, and he was out of baseball. See, now we're moving along. Curtis Brown. I just learned this. Curtis Brown is the brother of Leon Brown, who is on our Seattle team. He's a AAA outfielder. He got a little bit of a cup of coffee with us in September. No 72 Curtis Brown. Al Weiss. That is a guy that I always think of with the Mets. Well, he was in the 69 Mets, that's why. All those 69 Mets, they will always be Mets. Al Weiss did not have a 72. What about Don Mincher? He was on our Pilots team. He was an original Pilot. And he was batting .480, and we traded him right a week into the season. And after a minute, I thought, okay, we really probably should have kept him. But, we went on to the World Series in '69 to face the Mets. Oh, boy. Yep, that happened. I somehow made the expansion Pilots with a home stadium of 7,500 attendance, I made them into a World Series team. And this year we're going to lose like 120 ball games. I mean, we could be one of the worst teams ever. Our batters are actually really good. I mean, they're going to get the job done. They'll keep us in ball games, but our pitching staff is putrid. And, I mean, it is possible we might have to sell off somebody. Roy Foster was on the Rangers. But we're not going to sell off the future. We'll get rid of some schlubs that maybe somebody else, just to get a schlub to. We only have four minor league pitchers, 4 total. They're all in Double-A because they were Single-A for a couple of years because we didn't have Double-A. So we have advanced them, but that's all we have. And they're like maybe 20 in the 19 or 20 years old. So it's not like we couldn't get them into the bullpen or something, but we really can't. And so our depth is clearly terrible. Wait, what is this? Leroy Stanton is actually known as Lee Stanton. I did not know that. And he, I don't know, is he on the Mets? Yeah, so he was on the Mets, and by the end of the year, he was on the Angels. That's interesting. Okay. Stanton. That is 7 and L-E-R. Cool. And I'll have to edit that. Yep. And make sure we don't have any others. Yep. Okay. Aaron Pointer. He was on the Pilots, as you can see there. We gave him a little bit of action in 1970. But he can't play... he can play defense in left field. He must have improved on the Mets, because I think that was his problem. There was no reason to use him. He couldn't play anywhere. And did not exist in 1972. Lute Barnes. So we're in Double-A. We're moving along. No. Tim Foley. All right. Pretty solid shortstop for a long time. Got his 71 rook there. And here's his 72 with the Mets. This guy was good enough right out of the gate that they gave him an inaction card. I wonder what he really did in 71 that they thought he deserved an inaction. They didn't only give that to the top players. All right, we need to get rid of all the Tim Foleys here. Delete. And on the Yankees later in life. Everybody got to be a Yankee for a year if they were a named player. All right, and then we have to go in here and edit it. Tim Foley must have had a nickname, no? You know what? Let's find out, because I want to know what he did in 71 in his rookie year that he deserved to get an inaction card, and we'll see if it has a nickname assigned for him. No nickname. And what did he do in 71? Right there. Damn it. He batted .226 with no home runs and 24 RBI. And then in 72, even though he's got a 72 card, he went to Montreal. How did he get there? Was it a trade? We'll go to the bottom here. There it is. Traded by the Mets with Mike Jorgensen and Kenny Singleton. Oh, for Rusty Staub. La Grande Orange. Okay, well, see, we just learned a lot right there. Tim Foley. That might have been a mistake. I mean, Rusty Staub is awesome. I mean, who does not love Rusty? Put him in the Hall of Fame, for crying out loud. I guess he is the Hall of Very Good. He didn't. I think he had 2,700 hits, right? So by a lot of standards, he didn't quite make it. But I mean, come on, like that is awesome. If Rob Ellis, nope. Bill Dredge. Dredge. I don't even know how to pronounce that. It's not important. Kansas State. Oh, wait, what am I doing here? I'm sorry. I got caught up in my own pronunciation of Dredge. O-E-G-E. There's no way he's got a card. No way. Okay. John Stearns. Bad dude. That is his nickname. We know that. Why do I keep doing this? It's because this is what I've been doing for days, is that we don't need to click on his name every time. We just need to find his card if he has one, which he won't, because that's a 76 rookie right there. He does not. But we know his nickname is Bad Dude. Okay. We've got our head back in the game here. Ron Hodges. Nope. Steve Hurts, don't it? He's the rental car king. No, nothing for him. We're going to blow through these quickly here now. Get right to the pitchers. James Pasquarelli. No relation to Boca Bella. He's in AAA in our game this year. He's kind of our third catcher. We've really got rid of a lot of catchers. One of my baseball mogul personal rules is when a player with their overall rating and their peak rating combined are both below 70. I mean, that's the game telling you that they've run their career to the end of the line, right? So if they're both under 70, like this Bob Heisey, he's only maybe a year away from being never useful in this game. Oh, he does have a card on the Brewers. I cut them from the team, right? Why would you keep a guy that is clearly the game knows is bad, right? So I'll just cut them. I'll pay off their contract. Usually they're just on a minor league deal anyway. But with there's Bucky freaking Dent. Must have been drafted on this team. But with our terrible 72 Pilots team, we got to keep those 69, 68. We got to keep those low-rated guys. Somebody's got to play. Even if they kill us, you got to have someone that can step in. Brian Ostrasser. No. Ernie Witt. Tiger Killer. I've talked a lot about him in the Tigers. Damn it. He's from Warren, Michigan. I don't know what my problem is. Anyway, Ernie Witt. Long time with the Blue Jays. And he would always destroy the Tigers. Sam Mejia. And I believe that is his rookie card. So he's not good. Oh, he's got something. Oh, one of those. We can't even define. Okay. John Zagarino. Joe Zagarino. Obviously not a real human being. Except to his family. And nothing. And Don Reynolds, that's Harold Reynolds' older brother. He had a little bit of a career in our Tiger sim. He was on the Yankees. And then I think he got traded to the National League somewhere. But in real life, he was on the Padres. Taylor Duncan. All right. That's a 79 rookie, so that's not going to do it. Terry Ren Stumpy. Obviously, he's not a real person in baseball. No. We got to be close to the bottom here. None of these guys have cards, so they were all minor league players. Monte Bollinger. Whoa. Legit had a card in 72, just does not have a photo. That is a shock. On the Cardinals. Interesting. And we're back to Von Joshua. All right. So let's save the batters and we'll do the pitchers. This is going to be a longer video because I yapped in the beginning about what I accomplished. It was wasting time for everybody. Let's see, how many minutes are we into this? Oh no, 36 minutes. I mean, we're going to go for it, right? Let's just go for it. We got to get this done. I mean, we don't got to get it done. I'm way ahead of schedule. And this, look at it, we don't have that many, right? And we get to do Nolan frickin' Ryan, which is awesome. All right, Nolan Ryan. God, I wish I had that card. This card is worth $1,000 now. In excellent condition. I want that card. Okay, let's get a 72 Nolan Ryan. Was Nolan Ryan on the Mets in 72, or had he gone on to the Angels? The California Angels. He was a California Angel in 72. Oh, I don't have the price guide. I forgot to sign up for that. I bet you that card is like $500, $600. I do have a couple Nolan Ryans in my collection from the 70s. I think I could part with for a giveaway. Everyone would probably appreciate that. I don't have a 72. In fact, I don't have any of the really good cards anymore. Either I've sold them, or I just have the ones that have, that are easier to find, so they have lesser value. And that's, I mean, Nolan Ryan, I think I got like a couple that are worth like $12 or something. So they make a good third or fourth place prize. I've been to Refugio. I've been to Nolan Ryan's hometown. When I moved to Houston, I drove through Nolan Ryan's hometown. There's that handsome lad. And, yeah, I've been through Refugio. And then Nolan Ryan went to a university that is in way South Houston. And I can't think of what it's called, but I actually have a photograph of it on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page. I'll dig it up and maybe put it on our Facebook page in for baseball, Brainiac Baseball. So John Matlack is on the same card as Lee Stanton. That's interesting. John Matlack was on a rookie card 2 years in a row. That does happen. Not very often, but you're just trying to get that prospect, And it's kind of cool that Topps was smart enough to do that. Like now it would happen, like you can get a Bowman prospect card. Like I have a Bowman prospect card of Chris Bryant, right? A prospect card. So he's not even, hasn't even made it to the majors yet. It's worth like $1.50. The guy was an MVP. But back then, these rookie cards They didn't know that they were going to be worth a ton of money. They were just like John Matlack. Matlack can be, he can just be another, rookie representative. Gentry. I guess the most famous one of the late 70s was Dale Murphy. Because Dale Murphy has a 77 actual rookie card with as a catcher, of course. He was a catcher. And then he was on a rookie card again in 78 with Lance Parrish, my large adult son. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'm talking so much and I'm not actually properly paying attention. I apologize. Yes. And we'll delete. Yes. And we'll make that the soul card. So technically Dale Murphy's rookie card is not Lance Parrish's rookie card, even though they're on the same rookie card. Okay. The Coos. Jerry Koosman. He must have had a lot of injuries in our 71 sim to go 2-5 with a 517, making only 10 starts. In fact, he had 17 in our 70 sim. So he cannot stay healthy. All right, we got the 72. Yep, and we're going to delete. Pretty good pitcher, right? I mean, he was kind of a stat compiler, which I don't really respect personally. From Appleton, Minnesota. Like your Burt Blyleven's, your Don Suttons, your Jack Morris's. I mean, I'll throw them in the group. I don't really, when you have your 10-year peak or whatever, but then you hold on for another 15 years. Like Nolan Ryan was good. He was always pretty good. Jim Bibby. Whoa, Jim Bibby is on a 72. Holy shnikey, that's a 74. Whoa, I don't think I knew that. That's pretty cool. I definitely did not know that. Get rid of Jim Bibby. Okay. The fun thing about doing these sims as expansion teams, like we did with Seattle and we're doing with our Arizona Diamondbacks, is that you can sort of put yourself in the position of a new team. Yeah, there he is right there. On the Cardinals. And like, how do you get a franchise jump-started? Bob Apodaca. How do you get a franchise jump-started from nothing? And now, obviously, Texas Rangers are not a expansion team, as we're seeing Jim Bibby there in that 74 card. Bob Apodaca did not have a 72, and yet he's pitched for 3 years in our sim. But I think of the Texas Rangers because they're going from Washington to Dallas, right? They're bringing the greatest hitter of all time, perhaps, Ted Williams to run the team. And you've got nothing but schlubs on that team. You have players who are really coming up, right? I mean, they had a pretty damn good hitter. Where are these? Whoa, Danny Frisella did not have a 72 Topps card. Whoa. We got to get that card. Did Dan Frisilla, did he die in 72? Okay, so let's, oh, is it under Dan? Because he died very young. That's what it was. How are the O-Peachies Danny? And oh, because it does say Danny. That's just dumb. Why you gotta be so dumb? 8, 9, 10. Yeah, Danny Frisella, I think I forgot how he died now. Let's find out. This will just take 5 seconds. Or more. Oh, come on. He died in 77 on New Year's Day. I want to say it was a car accident? Poop. Now we have to know, right? I'm sorry. This is going to be an hour video. But, you know what? That's why we're doing this. His nickname was Bear. Dune buggy accident on January 1st, 1977. He would have likely gone on to pitch from he was closer for the Brewers in 76, leading the team in saves. It was also the year that Hank Aaron finished his career. Okay, well, you can do that, more information on your own if you want to find out more about that dune buggy accident. But yeah, I knew it was something bizarre. Okay, Rich, meet the Folkers. They're doing a fourth Fockers movie. Grand Fockers, I think it's going to be called. I'm not joking. I just heard a interview with Ben Stiller, on a podcast, and he said there's a new one coming out this year. They're filming it. And everybody is coming back, I think. And I think it's called Grand Fockers. Or something like that. Jim McAndrew. He had a 71. Does he have a 72? He does. All right. That is 4, 8, 9, 10. Okay. We're going to get ourselves refocused and just knock this shit out. Oh, there's another Jim McAndrew right there. Huh. Okay, we'll delete it. I wonder why that was there. Okay, moving on. Brent Strom, longtime pitching coach. I can't remember if he had much of a good career. But I'm assuming that is his 74 rookie with the Indians. Nope, he did not have a card. We're into AAA, and now it's going to go quicker, I have a feeling. Jesse Hudson. Nope. Buzz Capra. Buzz. He did have a rookie card that year. With the he's on the John Matlack, Leroy Stanton. So that card will be completely represented in our sim. That's cool. How did he not get another card until 75? Buzz. I kind of want to know that. Where did he go? What did he do? All right. Was he just pollinating flowers? Charlie Williams. Oh, what am I doing? That's a 72 card already. Cool. Moving on. Bob Johnson. All right. Technically, he's got 5 cards. Is it the same Bob Johnson? That can't be, right? Is it? I mean, is it? Well, this we actually have to look up for real purposes here. Did he play for Pittsburgh, this Bob Johnson? Because that is a really old rookie card. Was he just hanging around for years? Oh, he was. Look at that. He got 1 2/3 innings for the Mets. They made that rookie card. And then he went on to pitch for Pittsburgh and have an actual card. Okay. That's why we do this. Buzz buzz. Okay. So Johnson, Bob. I mean, Bob Johnson is a pretty common name. I mean, it could be anybody. Bub. There is another Bob Johnson. But we have to make sure we get the right one here. All right. Yeah. Okay. There he is. Tug McGraw. Why is he in AAA? Tim McGraw's daddy, if you didn't know. Now you know. I don't like country music, and that might just make you never want to watch one of my videos ever again. But I will tell you that Tim McGraw is a pretty damn good actor, actually. I mean, everything he's been in, like he was in Friday Night Lights, where he was like the mean daddy. And he was great. He was scary mean. Tug McGraw. And then he was in 1883, I think it was. Him with his wife, the country singer, Faith Hill. And they were both fantastic in that. I could not believe it, how good they were. But I'm not really good. I'm not into country music. I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. Or, as they said in Role Models, the movie, rock and roll all night and part of every day. Bill Connors. Nope. As he should not, since that is probably his only representative. Dennis Musgraves. Musgraves. If you've stuck around to this point, I appreciate it. Cool. Don Kiss from a Rose. And you know exactly what song I'm talking about when you hear that. Maybe the only thing good about that Batman Forever movie? It's a good song. Oh boy. Rick Henninger. That's his rookie card. It's a 76. So yeah. Oh, he did have a Venezuelan Winter League sticker. I mean, did they actually have the Venezuelan League? I mean, did they? I mean, I know they do, but my question is, did they actually create their own stickers? This is a real thing? I've never seen one in my entire life. I would love to know what they look like. Is it like a baseball card that you can peel off? Or is it like a sticker? Like you would get in some of those top sticker books in the 80s for kids, right? So they were like, little sized. Okay, so Ron Taylor does have a card at age 34 holding on with the Expos. Good for him. All right. I don't know if there were 2 Ron Taylors. We got to just be sure of this. Yeah, okay. So we can get rid of this one. Speaking of Taylors, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce got engaged. It was announced yesterday. I don't know when they got engaged. I'm not reading up on that stuff. I'm not really into celebrity news. I'm never really. I don't know. I mean, maybe sport. I mean, maybe I'm interested on the periphery because it's football, and like I guess that's something. Bernarth. But I mean, you can't really. I'm not invited to the wedding, I'm pretty sure. Donald Cammy. We're in double A. We are almost done. And I appreciate if you stuck around. That's super nice. Like and or subscribe to the channel. Be a subscriber and get in on the giveaway. Friesleben, Lederhosen, Oktoberfest. I don't know. Did I spell it right? Friesleben, yeah. He did pitch for a while, I think. Craig Swan won an ERA title, right? That would have been 79? I think he just qualified. I think it was like by 1 inning or something. Hank Webfeet. Oh, I'm sorry, Henry Webfeet. Hank Webb. He was a high draft pick for the Mets, I believe. Jerry Augustine with a Topps Gold Cup card. Do you believe he was pretty high in the Rookie of the Year voting? Obviously, he didn't win in 77, but I think he finished second or something like that. Hey, Bruce Sutter. Well, we know Bruce Sutter isn't going to have a card because that is his rookie year. I think that card has gone up to $15. It's pretty common to find that card. Well, I think it's settled at like 12 or 15 bucks. Earl Brace. I wonder if anybody who has the last name of Bass has said, no, it's Bass. That would be funny. I would do that. Paul Hartzell. I just remember him on the Twins. Tom Carroll. Part of the Big Red Machine. Yeah, oh, that was it. Okay, we're done. Yay, we made it. Very cool. Okay, we're going to save it. And then we'll come back. The next team will be the Cardinals. And maybe in a couple of days, we'll knock the Cardinals out. I appreciate everyone sticking around to the end. Like and or subscribe. And we'll be back. Oh, under an hour. We'll be back tomorrow with another 1998 Arizona Diamondbacks revisionist history game. Until then, everyone, have a great day.